Hey guys, Virgin Vinyl with you again today. So it's a few days have passed since I made my last video where I showed my first US mega vinyl haul that I compiled. Mostly that was stuff that I had ordered before my trip to the States. My dad works down in Key West and has a residence there. That's where I was when I filmed that. Now we've come up to West Palm Beach in Florida, which for those who don't know is about sort of an hour north of Miami. And this is his actual place. So now I'm in Dad's place, and I've been doing a bit of shopping, bit of vinyl shopping, and I found some cool shit and I want to share it with you. So this is the extended US vinyl haul. There'll probably be another episode because I have some things coming in the mail, and I also have stuff that I sent to my brother to his place. So he's coming around on the weekend, so hopefully he'll bring that stuff too. A couple of really cool things that I discovered online, and I'm hoping next week. I think I'm really reaching the limit of what I can get into my suitcases and carry on and stuff like that. So I probably won't be able to buy too much more, but I am hoping to do a little bit of digging around in some, thrift stores and, places where I might be able to sort of stumble across some sort of, unexpected gems. But I think by and large, there's one record that I saw at one of the record shops I'm about to talk about that I kind of wish I'd picked up. It's what's the name of the band? Ramatan, I think it's called. And I don't know if they have other albums, but it's the first album that they did. It's the band that had Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix band playing. What is this? Looks like there's a delivery truck outside right now, and I've got stuff coming from Amazon. Maybe there's something else from Amazon coming my way. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. But anyway, so this Ramatan's really cool, and it's only $10. So I think I might go back there and minimum get that. If I don't buy anything else, I'll probably go and get that, because some of the other stuff that I was hoping to stumble across, I haven't. But I've stumbled across some really cool stuff here that is high on my list of awesomeness. So let's have a look. Let's go one by one. So I'll do this one in 2x2. So I found this place online called West Palm Beach Records, and I thought it was a shop front, but it's not. It's not a walk-in shop. It's an online store. But I didn't know that, and from the pictures, it has pictures online, so it looked like it was a store. So anyway, I went there, and it was just a house, house in a residential neighborhood, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good. And I went and pressed the doorbell, no answer, but I could see like there was crates of records outside, and I thought, well, it's got to be the right place, surely. And anyway, sure enough, I sort of nobody answered. I got back in my car, and I sort of thought, oh well, I'll write to the guy in a message, because you can message on the website. And as I was doing that, some bloke came out, and I ran up to him. I was like, "Are you West Palm Beach Vinyl?" He said, "Yeah, and there's another guy inside. I'll get him to help you." So in the end, this guy Ken, really nice guy, he came out and he put up with me for about half an hour while I brought. I showed like that I had 2 Alan Holdsworth albums that I'd bought, IOU and Road Games. I bought those before I bought the box set that I showed in that last video. And I figured, well, do I really need doubles of these? Yeah, it's kind of cool that they're early pressings, but I don't think they're first pressings. They might be, but to be honest, I'm like, well, maybe I'll just trade these. So anyway, I traded them for a couple, and I'll show you what I traded it for with this guy as well. But I also picked through those crates that he had out the front, and I found some cool stuff. So let me show you. First of all, Stanley Clarke, Journey to Love. So this is probably my second favorite Stanley Clarke album. I love my favorite of his is the self-titled Stanley Clarke album, which is the second one he did. I think the first one's called Children to Forever or Children of Forever or something like that, and it's very Return to Forever-y, but the singing on there is a little hit or miss for me. It's not that great. So anyway, that next album is fantastic, but this one is also really good. You have a great lineup of people also on here. People like Lenny White on drums. John McLaughlin is on Song to John Part 2, which is really, really cool. Oh, Song to John Part 1 and Part 2, sorry. Who else have we got here? It's not listed in a really good way here. It's like just each track. David Sancious, Steve Gadd, George Duke. I mean, this thing has got, you know, stacked. Chick Corea is on here. I mean, this thing is stacked full of talent, as you would expect from this era of Stanley Clarke. The compositions are really cool. Silly Putty is really funky. Song to John is really beautiful. The Concerto for Jazz, Rock and Orchestra is epic. Great, great, great album. Very happy to pick that up for $5. And it's in good, looks like it's in pretty damn good condition. He also had this, Stanley Clarke School Days. Most people's favorite Stanley Clarke album, or at least second favorite. It's usually between these three. This one, Journey to Love, and the self-titled usually are the ones that come up on the top of most people's lists. And I think most people would say this one. I think I'm the only Stanley Clarke fan who doesn't like the song School Days. I think it's naff as fuck. Bam, 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 and just repeating that shit over and over again. When it leaves that riff, then it gets cool, in my opinion. But I fucking hate that riff. I don't know. It just sounds like basic as fuck. Because, you know, Stanley is such a bass wizard, you know, like, so I don't want to hear him going dan 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 dan. I don't want to hear that from him. I want to hear him going all this crazy shit that he can do. Yeah, I'm in my room. I'm just making a video. Hang on. Okay, well, you know, when you're staying at your parents' place and they're both older people, and they have no concept of what I'm doing here. So sorry about the interruptions there. But anyway, Stanley Clarke. Yeah, I was bitching about School Days. I know you're probably all just saying, like, what a fucking idiot. Why would you bitch about such a great song? But I don't know. I think it's really overdone, overrated, in my opinion. I think I prefer every other song on here more, you know. Desert Song is incredible with John McLaughlin. You know, I love John McLaughlin. Anything he does is pure gold, in my opinion. Life is Just a Game is fantastic. George Duke. Hot Fun with Steve Gadd. Man, it's just incredible stuff. So absolutely highly recommended. Hey buddy. Hi. What's up?
Good. Good.
Okay, take 3. Let's see if I can get through this video without being interrupted again. When I said I traded those Alan Holdsworth ones, I traded them for this Jeff Beck. What's the name of this one again? There and Back. That's right. So what is this? Let me take it out and show you what I actually traded for. I haven't actually done this yet, taken it out really properly. But there is this is a 2-for-1. So I've got There and Back, right? And it's cool because it's got this like textured kind of leather. It's not leather, but you know, it's got this textured sort of cover, which is really cool. Awesome stuff here. I mean, this is really, it's almost like a Jan Hammer album, you know, with Jeff Beck shredding all over it. Because I think most of the compositions are by Jan Hammer. You've got Simon Phillips on drums too, you know, so it's sick drumming all over this thing. Mo Foster is on bass on the tracks that have bass. Not all the tracks have bass, but at least half of them do. 4 of them do. And yeah, I mean, really, this is a masterclass from both. Oh, there we go. This has got a cool insert here that I didn't see. There's Jeff. I guess that's what the record was kept in previously. So there's a cool cover there of Jeff Beck carrying his axe. Very, very cool. Very sick. Very stoked to have this. Because I love me some Jeff Beck. He's great. He's always, like, especially this era of Jeff Beck, he's so funky and just burning. But what else is cool is that this one was thrown in too as part of the deal, which is the Jeff Beck group. Just put the record there. There you go. Jeff Beck group, which I think that was done, was earlier. And this is really cool as well. This is, you've got Cozy Powell on drums, Cliff Chapman on bass, Max Middleton on piano, and Bob Tench on vocals, who does a great job as a singer. He sounds fantastic. Actually, I don't know much about him. I don't know if he's on other stuff or what he's on. And I'm not super familiar, but I did have this on CD back in the day, and I have it on my, my iTunes library. It's a very, very cool, very, I don't know, this is like, kind of reminds me, it's like in the vein of Beckola and that kind of stuff. Or there's the other album, the Jeff Beck group album, which is also very cool. This one's really good too. Just very sort of earthy, groovy, bluesy, with a bit of soul, bit of funk in there. It's just all sort of in this melting pot. It's not like it's not with like clear delineations between the styles. I would say this is very much a product of its time. This sounds like there was a lot of music, great music around in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, that had a similar sort of thing going on here, which was these really cooking bands, that just absolutely, like maybe even a little bit of Chicago in there, like early Chicago, like the first couple albums of Chicago. I don't know, like, I haven't listened to this for a while, so my memory of it is a little hazy, but I just remember it being very, very cool, very earthy and cool. I am stoked to have that. When I was digging through, I found this beautiful album, Weather Report, Sweet Nighter. Now, unfortunately, it does have a big old scratch across it, so I don't know how well it's going to play or if it's going to play. The rest of the record looks reasonably okay. I think I can clean it up a bit when I get home. We'll have to see how badly that scratch is. If it just pops, I can live with that. If it's going to do that thing where it gets stuck, then that's going to be a bummer. But he gave it to me for free because of that. So, that was really nice. Cool acquisition there. And I will just say about this album that, I'm a huge fan of the early Weather Report. And this is sort of the transition album where they start to get more funky. You've still got a bit of Miroslav Vitos in here. Miroslav Vitos, who, for me, he really brought so much to this band. And when they started going down the electric bass thing, like they brought in Andrew White here to play some electric bass as well. Is he on how many songs? Miroslav also plays some electric bass. But yeah, I love all of the 70s Weather Report stuff. It's incredible. They are one of the kings of jazz rock fusion for a reason. But I just like the wild, it's almost like borderline unhinged craziness of, especially I Sing the Body Electric. That's my favorite Weather Report album, actually, because it's just so intense, but this one is also pretty intense, but it starts to get funky here. It starts to draw on the music of the street at the time, and this is really cool. So I hope it plays. Really hope it plays, because I'll be stoked. I was stoked to see this. Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. I'm a big fan of Frank Marino. I think he's a great, great, great underrated guitarist, rock guitarist. I mean, the guy was shredding up a storm really like very early in the piece. In the early 70s, the guy was doing stuff that very few other guitarists were really doing. Maybe him and like Uli John Roth, you know, in the rock world. Of course, you know, we have our beloved for the jazz rock fusion guys, you know, we kind of laugh at the at the rock guys. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I grew up with rock music, so of course I'm not serious, but you know, John McLaughlin and Al and you know, all those guys were shredding like crazy, you know, first, but Frank is fantastic. This is a half studio, half live album. Sister Change has got to be one of the sickest, funkiest, grooviest rock songs ever. It just cooks. Frank is awesome. He's a good singer too. The band at this, like the original Mahogany Rush band too, of Paul Harwood and Jim Ayub on drums, Paul on bass, of course, is also just cooking. They're great. They're really funky, really tight, really complimentary, and they do an excellent job. So super stoked to get my hands on this. Also only $5, you know. All of these were $5 basically. Oh, my beloved Return to Forever. Where have I known you before? So stoked to find this. So stoked. I love this. I mean, I love all the Return to Forever albums. It's not my number one. I do have it's funny because I started with No Mystery. Yeah, and so that album actually, even though most people rate this one above it, for me, I don't know, maybe it's nostalgia or something, but I just find that I think Stanley Clarke is cooking more on that album than he does anywhere else. And so for that reason, that album stands out for me as like, if not my favorite, probably my second favorite behind Romantic Warrior, and I would love to get my hands on a copy of that. I was hoping to find that, but anyway, very cool album. Very cool to find it for $5. $5 buckaroonies. Look at this, the 11th House, jazz rock fusion, fucking killer. This album is probably their best album. The one before it, you know, is the more famous one, I guess, but this one is this one's probably just a little tighter, I think a little bit better recorded. The band is a bit more sort of seasoned at this point, and it's a great album. Really happy to find it. There's the guys on the back there. I think Larry Coryell's, this band, the 11th House, because they came along a little bit, this band came along a little bit late. Larry was inventing jazz rock fusion as one of the first guys. You know, he's one of the pioneers, the true pioneers. And I love those. I'd love to get my hand on Spaces. I really love that album. But really happy to get the 11th House as well. A little bit late to the game, so they don't get quite the credit they deserve, but an awesome band. Definitely worth checking out. This one I wasn't expecting to buy, and I'm not the hugest fan of this band, but there's no denying how important they are in when it comes to heavy rock, you know, and the evolution of guitar playing, and being one of the most entertaining live bands, especially with this lineup, ever to hit the stage. You know, any rock band, I think these guys would not want to follow, you know. So I'm talking, of course, about Van Halen, the debut album, Van Halen 1, whatever you want to call it, produced by Ted Templeman of Templeman. It's funny for me because I'm such an Alan Holdsworth fan. I know I'm more like, whenever I think of Ted Templeman, I always think of like his issues with Alan. But of course, you know, he was a huge figure at the time in the 80s. Well, this was in the 70s, wasn't it? When was this? 1978 or 9 or something? Does it say on there? 1978. There you go. Correct me if I'm wrong. As I said, I'm not the hugest Van Halen fan, but this was there. It came in as I was talking to this guy Ken at this place. Um, some dude showed up to sell a bunch of records there, so he kind of interrupted what we were doing, and this album was in the batch. He had a lot of great classic rock albums that I would have liked to buy, but they just weren't in good enough condition. Unfortunately, it's a shame because he had some really cool stuff there, but it was just too beat up and not looked after, and the records probably would have had problems playing. Anyway, super happy to get this. This is an original pressing, American pressing, so very, very cool. And I got it for 20 bucks. So I don't know if that's good value or not. You can tell me. Very happy to get this. Look at that. Uriah Heep. Look at yourself. And it's the one with the mirror. There's the mirror. How cool is that? 15 bucks. So after I finished there, I went across to a shop called Rust and Wax, and that's an actual established proper shop. And I started combing through there, and I'm like I told you, I know that I've got other records coming in the post, and I'm starting to get a little nervous about how much records I can actually bring back with me. And so I was trying to be sparing, and I picked up a Jethro Tull album, and I picked up a couple of other things that I was like, I picked up an Oregon Live album, which I almost got because Oregon is a really great sort of like pastoral kind of jazz fusion band, acoustic, incredible good acoustic guitar playing and interplay, and really beautiful, lush, incredible arrangements and stuff like that. Very good band if you're interested in the sort of more beautiful side of jazz fusion. It was hard to say no to that record, but I saw this one, and I'm a big Uriah Heep fan, and I got this. This is probably my equal favorite from them. So to see it in such good condition like this, with the this is 1971 pressing with the thing. I haven't seen it in this color before. It's usually like, what is it, gray or blue or something around the edges, and the mirror, I haven't seen it with a quality mirror like that. So that's really cool. 15 bucks. Great stuff. I think the song "Look at Yourself," the title track, is probably the band's finest hour. It's so heavy and so just cranking. The singing is great from David Byron, and the stacked vocal harmonies, they just sound so awesome. They sound like a huge choir. The band was great at doing those backup vocals. So once I finished with the racks, then I saw that they had a couple of bargain bins, and I found a couple of cool things there that I thought, man, can't believe that I've got to buy these because I can't believe the price on it. Most people will not understand this, but I grew up with this album, and that's the original cast of Jesus Christ Superstar. This is a great album. This is a rockin' album, man. I mean, the bands that are playing on here. This is not an orchestra. This is bands with an orchestra at times, but a lot of the time it's just, rock musicians. Well, studio rock musicians, probably, some of the best players around at the time. Actually, I haven't researched the bands too much, but the vocal cast here is incredible. I mean, you've got Jesus is being played by Ian Gillan of Deep Purple. He did this just before he did In Rock with Deep Purple, just before he joined the band. And the Andrew Lloyd Webber wanted Gillan to go out and do the stage production, because actually usually with stage productions, they will have the stage production. If it's successful, they'll release it as an album. But with Jesus Christ Superstar, it was released as the album first. I don't know why they did it that way, but so this came out, and then Andrew Lloyd Webber wanted Ian Gillan to play Jesus on stage. So it does. I mean, if you want to hear like the best rock singing you've ever heard, I mean, it doesn't get much better than Ian Gillan on Jesus Christ Superstar. He is just absolutely at his peak, in my opinion. Like, listen to his singing in the song Garden of Gethsemane. It's so emotional, so powerful. He hits these crazy high notes, just woof into the stratosphere, but with so much power and emotion. And it's like, I'm not Christian, but man, it brings tears to my eyes. So you get this cool booklet here with it, which is really cool, and it has all the lyrics in there. The guy who plays Judas in here is a guy called Murray Head, and he was like he became like a seasoned stage performer, stage singer, incredible singer. I mean, in a way, he kind of steals the show because him playing Judas, and he's got the best songs in my opinion. Apart from Garden of Gethsemane, which is an incredible masterpiece of a song. The first song on here, what's it called? I've forgotten. I've heard it 6 billion times, but of course, as soon as I start recording, I blank. Heaven on Their Minds. Is that what it is? Heaven on Their Minds. So, wow, when he sings that, man, it's a great vocal performance there as well. And the band is cooking. It's a sick riff, sick killer stuff. My mind is clearer now. It's so good, so good. And I got it for $1, $1. And this one is beautiful, beautiful Roberta Flack, First Take, incredible stuff. This is not usually the kind of stuff that's in my wheelhouse, but because when I was in my 20s, I was really in sort of diving into a lot of funk, and sort of when you're in the funk world, it sort of pulls you into the soul a little bit and into the jazz a little bit, and that's sort of where this resides. It's kind of soulful, jazzy, singer-songwriter, just beautiful stuff, compared to what is such a cool, funky, like, it's like nothing else. It's like funky, earthy jazz, with soul all over it. Angelitos Negros is oh, I probably butchered that Spanish, I guess. Angelitos Negros, I don't know, Black Angels, I think it means, right? Beautiful stuff, incredible vocal performance from Roberta Flack on here. She does a cover of Leonard Cohen's Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye. I grew up with Leonard Cohen, so that her version of it is absolutely beautiful. The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face, absolutely beautiful stuff as well. Yeah, this is an incredible album. I'm really happy, and I got it for $1. $1, man. America is so awesome. I love it here. So I got more stuff that just arrived today, but I've got a few more things coming as well. So when I get all my Amazon stuff, I'll show that. For the metal fans, if you've lasted this long, which you probably haven't, because all I've shown you today is pretty much everything that's not metal, but there'll be stuff that you'll like if you like your death metal. I've got a few really classic albums there that I'm really stoked to have. And what else can I tell you? So yeah, in the next few days, I'll probably do a part 3 of this, and we'll see if I can. I have to try and balance. Maybe I should do like a practice packing of my bags and see where we're at, and then then maybe I can go and buy, like I said, I want to buy that Ramatan, because actually that is a really cool album. The drummer Mitch Mitchell from Jimi Hendrix Band, really great, underrated drummer, but he's not even really the star of the show. I mean, he's great, he's great, but the rest of the band is killing. They're killing. Great guitar playing. It's a female guitarist. I don't know her name, but she's great. And so yeah, it was at that shop for $10. So I think I might have to go and get it. But otherwise, I don't know if I can buy any more. We'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with another vinyl haul update in the next couple of days, probably maybe tomorrow, maybe in the next few days. Catch you later.